What's up, everyone? This is Waylanator69420, and this is going to be my Day 2 of the 2012 NFL Draft Recap video. If you watched the one I did for Round 1, it was a winners and losers video. I'm not going to lie to you, I did not watch Rounds 2 and 3 of the 2012 NFL Draft, but I got onto the NFL mobile app on my phone, which is how I record these, and looked at all the picks, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I didn't have a lot of negative things to say. So instead of going into a winners and losers video like I did for round 1, and like I will for the draft overall, I'm going to go into just a quick recap. And I'm not going to go over every single pick, but I am going to go over picks I thought jumped out at me and picks that I thought were very, very good from a bunch of different teams around the league. Now, with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. The first selection that jumped out at me as I was looking through the second round was the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, I talked down about them in the round 1 video. I'm going to talk up about them in round 2. The Dolphins selected Jonathan Martin, offensive tackle out of Stanford, and I love this pick. I really do. I am in love with this pick. Jonathan Martin, in my mock draft, went number 10 overall to the Buffalo Bills. So to see him fall a full round, as the Dolphins picked 10th in the second round, to see him fall literally an entire round to the Dolphins at number 42 overall just astounds me, and I love it. Jonathan Martin is going to step in right away for the Miami Dolphins, play right tackle, and he will be a stud. A lot of teams are going to regret that they did not take him. Trust me. Another pick I thought that was really, really good was the second pick of the second round by the Indianapolis Colts, taking Coby Fleener, tight end out of Stanford. Not only do you get the best tight end in this draft by a comfortable mile, it's really not close, but then you get a target that Andrew Luck is already acquainted with. He already knows Coby Fleener. He knows what he can do. Fleener will start week 1 right beside Andrew Luck, and don't be surprised if Coby Fleener contends for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I'm calling that. I'm calling Coby Fleener as a contender for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Andrew Luck will be too, but Coby Fleener may very well take it from him. Who knows? But Coby Fleener is a phenomenal pick for the Colts. It gives Andrew Luck a weapon he already knows for what's more, which is that much better. And I have no complaints with the Colts taking Coby Fleener. I also have no complaints with what the Colts did with the first pick of the third round, taking Dwayne Allen, tight end out of Clemson. And now you can run a very New England Patriots style offense, having those 2 tight ends out there, both rookies, however. I mean, the Patriots were able to succeed with it with Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. Why can't the Colts do it? I mean, the Colts' first 3 picks are all going to start week 1, in my opinion. And they all should start week 1 because they're all better than anything the Colts have right now outside of Reggie Wayne. And Reggie Wayne's getting old. I also love what the Detroit Lions have done throughout this entire draft so far. But their second round pick of Ryan Broyles, wide receiver out of Oklahoma, was a very, very good selection to me. Ryan Broyles did hurt his knee late last season. But before he was injured, he'd already broken the NCAA record for career receptions. I mean, Ryan Broyles is an absolute beast. He's got very sticky hands, and he will be a very good complement to Calvin Johnson on the outside for the Detroit Lions. The Pittsburgh Steelers, again, are another team I thought did really well, especially in round 2, with selecting Mike Adams, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. I had Mike Adams going at number 32 overall to the New York Giants. This was before I had learned that he failed a drug test at the Combine, and once I learned that I knew he wasn't going to go in the first round. But he's got first round talent, and he's going to a very, very good locker room with very, very good guys in it. Guys like Rashard Mendenhall, Troy Polamalu, James Harrison. They will teach this man how to be a professional. Ben Roethlisberger as well, to a point. They will teach this guy how to be a professional, and he will be a very good offensive lineman. Don't be surprised if he's starting week 1 at right tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I also liked what the Houston Texans did with their first pick of round 3. They had 2. The one I really liked, though, was DeVier Posey, wide receiver out of Ohio State. Now, DeVier Posey, again, is another guy with some character issues. He was one of those guys suspended, as was Mike Adams, for the tattoo scandal at Ohio State. So he's, maybe got some character issues, but this guy's a very, very good wide receiver. Will develop, I think, into a number 2 with Andre Johnson, and that could be one of the best duos in the NFL very, very soon. And I also like what the Baltimore Ravens did in round 2, especially selecting Courtney Upshaw, linebacker out of Alabama. I thought Courtney Upshaw would go in the first round, and when he fell out of the first round, I'm sure the Ravens were ecstatic to see him fall to them. And maybe that was their plan all along, was they wanted to draft Upshaw in the first round, but they thought they would be able to get him in round 2, so they traded out of the first round. They won't have to pay Upshaw as much, and he can still become a very, very good linebacker opposite Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis, which, when you start to think about it, is kind of frightening, to be honest with you. Now, another team I talked down about a little bit with their first round pick, but I liked what they did in the second round, was the San Francisco 49ers. I liked the selection of LeGarrette Blount out of Oregon to the 49ers. Now the Niners have a 3-headed running back monster with Frank Gore, Kendall Hunter, and now LeGarrette Blount. LeGarrette Blount can come in and immediately return kicks and punts for them, which, let's be honest, is what cost them the NFC Championship last year. And so that was, in my opinion, a very, very good selection. He can come in right away and do that. He can develop into a pretty good running back. I don't think he'll be a phenomenal running back, but he'll be good enough to get the job done. Now, I had been wondering what the Denver Broncos would do, and they selected Peyton Manning's heir apparent in round number 2 with Brock Osweiler, quarterback out of Arizona State. Brock Osweiler is a monster. This dude is 6'8", about 280 pounds. I mean, the dude's built like a Mack damn truck. But he does kind of that little funky arm motion that I can't really imitate. It's almost a sidearm delivery. If he can get it to where he's throwing over the top, and Peyton Manning will teach that to him, then this guy could be a very good starting quarterback once Peyton Manning decides to hang up his cleats. And I see this as a very similar situation to what the Green Bay Packers did in 2005, drafting Aaron Rodgers to learn behind Brett Favre. We've seen how well that worked out. I know the Denver Broncos are hoping the same thing happens here with Osweiler taking over eventually for Peyton Manning. Now, that's about all I've got. This is actually a little bit shorter than my videos usually run, so I'm happy about that. But, go ahead and subscribe to me up above. Comment down below. Let me know what your highlights, maybe even some lowlights of day 2 of the 2012 NFL Draft were. I realize I spent most of my time on round number 2, but that's where I thought a lot of the real gems were found. And round 3 didn't really overwhelm or underwhelm me at all. One more guy I will mention who I think is a good selection who went in round number 3 is Nick Foles, quarterback out of Arizona, to the Philadelphia Eagles. The heir apparent now to Michael Vick. Nick Foles will be a very good quarterback for them, and he could step in immediately if the Eagles need him to, say Michael Vick gets hurt. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and shut up for now. Look for me either tomorrow or Sunday with my 2012 overall draft grades. The description box for this one's going to be kind of short. Tomorrow's will be a lot longer, I will have a letter grade for all 32 teams and how I thought they did in the 2012 NFL Draft as a whole. Anyways, for now, this is Waylander69420 signing off. You stay classy, bitches.